What's going on, man? It's your boy Rain. This is Words Can Heal TV. Check it out. Today I wanted to highlight this conversation that happened on the Math Hoffa podcast. I thought it was a beautiful conversation. It was a beautiful dialogue. Shout out to D1. He was on there talking about hip hop artists being responsible for their lyrics, right? Responsible for the messages that come across, from their music. And obviously I do hip hop, so I believe, I line more with D1 who says, you know what, we are responsible for, what we say. We can't just be saying anything because we got impressionable minds. We got these youth out here without any guidance who are looking up to us. And if we're gonna say something, they're gonna take what we say and it's gonna make an impact on their lives. And we can steer people to the left or to the right, to good or to evil. And so we gotta be careful. That's D1's position. I want y'all to listen to Math Hoffa's position because he doesn't think hip hop artists should be accountable. And I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give my thoughts on the video. All right, roll the clip.
Taught you that.
And when it come to hip hop, and when it comes to the life lessons that we're learning from hip hop, it's like, man, who is y'all teacher? And we looking at our favorite rappers like, well, I've been listening to him my whole life. And they either saying, well, I ain't no role model. I'm just a hustler. I'm just getting money out this game. You shouldn't be looking up to me, da-da-da. Bro, you might not have asked for it, but God has blessed you to be in a leadership position if you are a popular rapper.
I think that's a blessing.
To be a popular rapper?
No. I don't think it's a blessing that you're in a leadership position. Let's think about this.
It's a responsibility.
Let's think about this. A leadership position. Rappers aren't politicians.
Nah.
This is a testament of how far we've fallen in a structure of society when there's no parents, when there's no real teachers, when there's no real role models. We're looking at a TV screen. We're listening to a radio to find a leader. This ain't where every other nation find their leaders. Nah, the leaders is out in the street. They doing work in the communities. They doing that. Why are we the only people that have to go to MTV or go to Spotify to find a leader?
Watch gangster movies and all of that and want to be
none of that,
old dog.
None of that negates the responsibility of the person who's sending out the message.
There is no responsibility.
It is.
Does Weird Al Yankovic have a fucking responsibility to his listeners?
Don't call it responsibility if you don't want to take it, but there's still accountability. You're accountable because you said this.
No, you're accountable. You're accountable if you listen to this shit.
No, that's bullshit.
And you made it a life philosophy.
That's bullshit.
Yo, so as you can see, Math Hoffa's on a position like, say, they're not role models. They're not leaders. They shouldn't be held responsible because, all the other nations, they don't go to media. They don't go to music and musicians to get their inspiration from or to get life lessons from. He might be true. I would argue that, but let's say that's true. I like what the brother with the dread said next to him. He says, okay, fine. Let's say you're not responsible, but you are accountable. That's what I want to talk about real quick. How in the world am I accountable for my brother? I think about Cain and Abel, the Cain and Abel story. After Cain kills his brother and God is looking for him, Cain says the famous line, am I my brother's keeper? Like, why are you asking me? Am I responsible for him? Why are you asking me? And the answer to that question by Cain is absolutely. Absolutely, you're your brother's keeper. And I want to paint this picture for you. And Math Hoffa, shout out to Math Hoffa, but if he gets to see this, I would love that. But let's say I don't sell drugs to my kids. I don't teach my kids, my sons. I got 2 sons. Let's say I raised them up not to sell dope. Don't sell drugs. I teach them the right way, as a good parent should, as a good father should. But let's say the sons from across the street, the kids from across the street, I have no problem teaching them the dope game. I have no problem serving them, narcotics. Do we see the problem? Is there a problem? They're not my kids. No, but they're somebody's kids. Whatever happened to it takes a village? Whatever happened to community? Whatever happened to the Lord's commandment to love our neighbor as ourselves? Right? That's one of the biggest problems. Christ said the whole law, the whole 10 commandments rest on 2 commandments. Love God, honor God, love him with all your heart, soul, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. If every single person on the planet just loved the person next to them like they love their own bodies, you're not going to sell dope to your neighbor because you love him like yourself. You're not going to, you know what I'm saying, murder him. You're not going to sleep with his wife. Why? Because you love him like yourself. And when it comes to this particular conversation with music, you're not going to push poisonous music to him because you love him and you care about his mind just like you care about the minds of your sons. I heard Cardi B, I don't know if this is true or not. Y'all comment down below. Cardi B doesn't let her children, her daughters, listen to certain music. I think actually certain songs of hers, she doesn't let them listen to it. Meanwhile, you know what I'm saying, in my neighborhood, if I go to the, you know, corner store and Cardi B's playing, I can see mothers letting their kids listen to it. Why is that? Why does Cardi B care about her child's mind, her child's impressionable mind, but she's not concerned with what other child might get a hold of it? This conversation is way bigger, you know, than it appears. It has to do with, do I care for my brother that's not really my brother, right? Do I care about your son enough to say, man, I'm accountable to you too, because you're my brother and I love you. So you might not say I'm responsible, meaning you are mine to take care of, right? I have 3 children. They are my responsibility, but I believe I'm accountable to yours because love demands that I treat your kids with dignity, honor, and respect. And as a musician, as a hip hop artist, every time I write a line, every time I get on this microphone, you know what I'm saying, and spit, I want to make sure, and look, the name of this channel, I want to make sure that my words are being used to heal and not kill. It's your boy Rain. If you like what you heard, subscribe. Comment down below y'all opinion though. That's my opinion. I side with D1 on this issue. Who do you side with? Tell me tell me why. And let's keep it respectful. Let's have an open dialogue. Are you responsible? And if not responsible, are you accountable for the music that you make in the fact that it might negatively impact somebody else? Comment down below. I love y'all, man. Remember, words can heal. I'm gone.